Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TUTV. My name is Jack.
And my name is Devyn.
And this is our last studio show of the year.
Yep.
Very exciting. So we're gonna look back and kind of,
Reminisce.
Reminisce.
That's
what we're looking for. What are some of your favorite moments of the year?
Like as this semester or just
this semester, let's say.
I don't know. You go first. It might spark an idea in me.
Yeah. I think my favorite moment is when Brett. Can't say that. I think there's a lot of good moments in this year, and I want to just look back and say, great year, starting last semester and this semester. We did a great job. A lot of new people that jumped on did great, including Devyn.
It was a really good start to the year, actually. Like, it really sent off really well.
Yeah. No, we had a lot of, like I said, we had a lot of freshmen that were really excited to get into it. So I appreciate you all. And let's get into the show. So thanks, guys, for watching.
Hello and welcome to TUTV News. This is the last studio show of the season. As you can tell, this is not Alexander. Due to some complications over the past few weeks, we had to split up Brett and Christina.
And I'm happy to be on the news desk with William. Thanks for having me. So let's just jump into it. London has launched what many describe as the world's toughest vehicle emission standard. The ULEZ, or Ultra Low Emission Zone, will continuously operate in central London to limit the release of nitrogen oxides and particulate matter from vehicle engines. Vehicles that do not meet the standards will have to pay a daily 12-pound charge, in addition to the existing 11-pound congestion charge. The daily price increased to £100 per day for trucks, buses, and coaches that do not meet the requirements. These strict standards are intended to push London citizens towards ditching older cars and upgrading to newer, eco-friendly models. ULEZ comes at a crucial time for the city, as road transport accounts for approximately 50% of air pollution in the area.
Scientists have captured the first picture of a black hole, once thought to be impossible to see. Astronomers released humanity's first image of the cosmic wonder last Wednesday. The image was compiled from a collection of 8 telescopes around the world, specifically designed to peer at black holes, stationed in Chile, Hawaii, Arizona, Mexico, Spain, and the South Pole. The black hole comes from the center of the Messier 87 galaxy and is 55 million light years from Earth, with a mass 6.5 billion times that of our sun. While many have complained about the image quality, project scientist Dimitrios Saltis of the University of Arizona liked it to, quote, taking a picture of a donut placed on the surface of the moon, end quote. In addition, the gravity of a black hole is so strong that not even light can escape its grasp.
Illinois has raised the legal smoking age to 21. State Governor J.B. Pritzker signed legislation on Sunday to enact the new law, which aims to reduce tobacco use among teens and young adults by preventing them from starting. Illinois is the 11th state in the U.S. to pass legislation that raises the minimum age to 21, following Washington's approval on Friday. The measure comes after growing popularity of e-cigarette usage among teens. The city of Chicago had previously raised the age to 21 in 2016, which contributed to reductions in youth smoking in the city and served as a model for the statewide legislation. The bill will go into effect on July 1st of this year.
An anonymous millionaire is setting up for a real-life battle royale game. Luxury creators Hush Hush were contacted by the mystery person and asked if they could set up a 100-person deathmatch on a private island. The company immediately started working to set up an airsoft battle between participants wearing touch-sensitive armor. The winner of the 3-day event will receive £100,000 in prize money. If all goes well, the anonymous millionaire hopes to turn the challenge into an annual event. News about the match got out when Hush Hush posted an advertisement looking for a game maker to design the island, which stated, quote, battle royale games have become incredibly popular over the last few years, and our customer is a huge fan who wants to make the game a reality in the safest way possible, end quote.
Avengers Assemble Endgame has reached astronomical levels, which has led to the movie breaking multiple pre-sale ticket records. The next installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe shattered the Fandango record for most tickets sold on the first day in just 6 hours, and has sold 5 times as many tickets in the first week as Avengers Infinity War, which previously held the record. The film is predicted to approach 100 million in advance tickets sold. Endgame is also predicted to break the record for the biggest worldwide opener in movie history. Infinity War currently holds that record with 640 million, but Endgame could break the 800 million mark in its global debut. The culmination film will conclude the Infinity Saga when it releases on April 26th. Mark your calendars.
Many TU students, faculty, and alumni are upset after the university announced budget cuts and radical changes coming to the school earlier this week. Called the True Commitment Plan, the 52-page academic strategy report outlined the process and decisions of the Provost Program Review Committee, which was formed to analyze the effectiveness and numbers of each of TU's programs. Included in the program closures were all theater and music performance majors, along with multiple languages and graduate degrees, in an attempt to transform TU into a, quote, professional super college. Many students and faculty members have spoken out against these changes, citing the fear and anger that the arts seem to be getting cut out of a liberal arts college. A peaceful protest has been planned for this week, including wearing black clothes and a funeral procession on Friday to mourn the loss of the programs.
You know, I think we're going to be seeing more about the restructuring at TU later in a package, but I really appreciate you getting me off that entertainment desk, you know.
Yeah.
The show is what comes first, and, you know, to say thank you, you know, I get a few of these every show, and so I wanted to get you this, to say thank you for getting me away from...
This is appropriate with
my previous
with
partner.
Endgame coming.
It is.
Just set him up right there.
I think we may be losing him.
Think we may be losing him?
This may be the last time we see Iron Man.
It's going to be really sad.
First picture of a black hole.
Oh, I was so excited. I watched that the moment they announced it. But we're getting cut off here. So for the last time this season, it's TUTV News. See you next season.
Hey everybody, it's Devyn here, and I'm conducting today's interview with another one of our staff seniors and our former director, Alex. How are you doing today, Alex?
Oh, I'm doing great.
You're doing great?
Yeah.
Okay, so to start it off, how does it feel?
Yes.
This is the last in-studio TUTV episode for you. What's it like?
Geez. I mean, honestly, it didn't really hit me until I was getting graphics together for the graphics that Elise does. And I don't know, like I'm sitting here and everyone's like, oh, it's the last show. And I'm like, gosh, it's the last show. And it's really emotional.
You're like, wait, they just mean the year. I'm like, it's forever for me now.
No, I know. Like I've been doing this since my sophomore year.
Really?
Like, fall of my sophomore year, I was sitting out at one of the tables around the library doing homework. And Ty, who was a staff member here, he graduated last year. We were friends. He came up to me and he was like, hey, you like to write. You should join TUTV. And I was like, most people, you know, who first hear about it, I'm like, what's TUTV? I've never heard of that. And he's like, oh, it's a really cool organization. You should come. Meeting's at 3:30. And I had planned to meet with a friend at like 3:45. So I knew I only had like 15 minutes to like get in, get a roll, and get out. So I remember I walked into this studio and I was very overwhelmed. There's a lot of people. And I think Justin and Steven approached me and we were just kind of talking about like, oh, you know, what I'm interested in. And I very adamantly was like, no, I want to write. Like, that's what I want to do. And I could tell Justin was very, feeling very, put on the spot. And he was like, oh, well, we have a sports producer role, but is that really what you want to do? And I was like, yes, that's what I want. I'll do it. Great. And I'm like, I have to go. And he's like, well, here's my email just to confirm you want it. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I left. And that was my first TUTV experience.
So you jumped in, sports producer, and you're like, I'm out. I got to go, but I will write for you.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so also you're now your senior year at TU. So this is now the final days also as well. So what's that looking like?
Well, you know, I was thinking I'd have a lot more stuff to do at this point, but
Really?
Everything's kind of wrapping up, you know. I think I finished my honors plan. I finishing my senior project and all my class projects. I am pretty much almost done with everything,
Really? So you're feeling kind of the closure coming in now?
Yes.
Are you ready? Are you going to be like going to graduation through the whole ceremony and everything?
Yeah, so my parents are coming in town. I have a long agenda for us for Friday and Saturday of what we're going to do. So, yeah, it's
Awesome.
all coming up really
And
fast.
tell me a little bit about your majors and how the road on that.
Yeah,
How did that go?
so I'm a double major in communications, or now media studies, in creative writing, and I'm also an honors student. So yeah, like I love these programs so much. Media studies did a lot to like help figure out what I want to do with my life. I came in undeclared. I was kind of like, English secondary education. Went into my first second ed class and I was like, I hate this, and was kind of freaking out. And so I, on a whim, enrolled in comm systems, which is the entry level class at the moment, and loved it.
Really?
And just
So it was
kind of
just
stuck with it.
Stepping out there.
Yeah, literally just trying it. And then I wasn't going to declare right away, but I had 2 comm classes on my, I went ahead and looked to see what the major requirements were. So I had like inquiry and like theories set up for the next semester. And my advisor was like, are you thinking about communications? And I was like, yeah, but I'm not committed. And she's like, just declare it.
Just
And
declare
I
it.
was like, I'm not ready for that. But I did. And yeah, then declared creative writing shortly after. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking back on the last 4 years,
Yeah.
what has been the best memory you could think of?
There's been so many, honestly. I think, I mean, for TUTV specifically, it was doing the midterm election live stream.
Really?
That was one of the most rewarding experiences I think that I've done. When I was a freshman, we'd have like game nights in the Lottie basement, and they'd have to come down and tell us to be quiet because we were being too loud. That was some really good memories. I have a lot of good memories of my sorority, just like with friends specifically, not necessarily sorority events, but just like being with my friends and like goofing off or like having like really important life discussions and getting to know them personally and sharing vulnerabilities and that kind of stuff. So I think it's mostly just like memories with specific people
That's awesome.
that I think about, and the people who've influenced
Totally.
my education.
And to close it up,
Yeah.
what's next?
Great
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have applied for an internship. I'm waiting to hear back. It'd be pretty cool if I got it. If not, I'm moving back home to St. Louis and gonna do a more intense job search over the summer and try to get a job in production. That's the goal.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
the internship, do you got any goals? Like now I'm graduated, what's the big goal?
I don't really have a big goal. I mean, to like produce something that I could call my own, you know, like to see like a created by Alex Isaac. I don't know what that would look like, but to have that I think would be really cool.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I hope it gets there.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
And so that's all the time we have for our interview.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing our interview.
Thank you, yeah.
And it's our last studio interview, and we kicked it off right with our former director. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to TUTV Sports. I'm Sam.
And I'm Will Shaz. Several of the teams for TU are holding great conference standings. Let's dive right into the latest.
The Tulsa golf team closed out their season this week with a strong finish in the conference championship. Tulsa carded a 1 under par 287 and finished with the second best score of the final rounds of the championship. They fell only 15 strokes short of Houston. Their score also tied as 4th best throughout the entire tournament. The Hurricane team counted 2 under par scores of 70, a 1 over par 73, and 2 over par 74 for its final round total. The 2 under par scores came from freshman Lorena Tsang and sophomore Dobson to tie for 15th place with identical 3-round totals of 222. Tulsa jumped 8 places to finish in 7th place at the championship, with a final score of 301, falling just 3 points behind SMU.
The OKC Thunder competed in round 1 of the NBA Western Conference playoffs against the Portland Trailblazers. The Trailblazers held home court advantage as the game was held in Portland. The Thunder still gave the Oregon crowd a scare as the score was neck and neck. Russell Westbrook and Paul George stayed strong for the opening night. Westbrook claimed yet another triple-double for the Thunder, ending the night with 24 points and 10 assists. Paul George ended the opening game with 26 points and kept the ball moving to Steven Adams, who put up 17 on the scoreboard. The Thunder just barely fell short in the end to Portland after Damian Lillard put up 30 points, extending Portland's lead over OKC to 104-99. OKC plays in Oregon again for round 2, but returns to Oklahoma City for rounds 3 and 4.
The Tulsa women's tennis team finished their season with a record of 14-9 and is now headed back to the American Athletic Conference Championship Tournament. The ladies are now in the hunt as a 4th seed for the 4th straight conference championship. Because of the perfect seeding, Tulsa received a first-round bye and will play the winner of number 12 UConn versus number 5 Wichita State this week in the quarterfinals. The Golden Hurricane is led by senior Martha Matula, who has kept herself at a 17-2 overall record. Head coach Orford has reached the finals match of the tournament every year since TU's appearance in the American Athletic Conference, and has won each of them.
The Tulsa softball team is facing 2 very big games this week. The ladies travel first to Stillwater to take on number 14 Oklahoma State. Then will return for a conference series matchup against UCF starting Thursday and ending Saturday. The Golden Hurricanes currently sits at 28-14 for its season record and boasts a 9-3 conference record. The softball team is currently in 2nd place in the American Athletic standings and will jump to 1st if the series against UCF is swept by Tulsa. The Golden Hurricane currently leads its conference matchup history with UCF 21-20. However, UCF has won the last 5 of those matchups.
Well, Will, last studio show. How are you feeling?
I mean, it's been a good semester.
It has. A lot has happened. A lot of exciting moments. We hope to look forward to more for you. I'll be gone.
Right.
But that's all the time we have. I'm Sam.
And I'm Will.
Thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome to TUTV Entertainment. I'm Christina.
And I'm Alexander, and unlike Brett, I keep my sunglasses off indoors.
Lucia Lucas will be making history in Tulsa in May. Lucas is the first transgender woman to perform a lead role in an opera in the United States. Her title role in the Tulsa Opera's upcoming production of Mozart's Don Giovanni is the subject of a new documentary that will chronicle her life and preparations for her Tulsa debut. Kirkpatrick and Kinslow Productions, the Tulsa company responsible for such films as Boomtown, An American Journey, and Unlikely Family, are producing the film, which has as its working title Lucia's Voice, with Los Angeles-based producer Josh Bakov. James Kicklighter, whose films include The American Question and Angel of Anywhere, will direct. The filming began last week when she arrived at Tulsa International Airport to begin rehearsals. Tulsa Opera's Don Giovanni will premiere May 3rd and 5th at the Tulsa PAC.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Tulsa has proven that. Tyler McCall, a Tulsa State Farm agent, is now able to call himself an actor due to co-starring in a State Farm insurance commercial with the comedian Ken Jeong. This ad is now airing on TV and on other various social media sources. This may not be a Jake wearing khakis commercial, but the ad is part of State Farm's Hidden Talents campaign, and Ken states that he is not only an award-winning comedian, but he is also a former practicing physician, while McCall explains that State Farm can help with life insurance.
If you've missed Mike Wazowski and Sully, don't worry, because they're joining the Disney Plus family in 2020. Billy Crystal and John Goodman are set to reprise their roles as monster duo Mike and Sully in the show Monsters at Work. According to Disney, the premise of the new show follows a character named Tyler Tuskman, voiced by Ben Feldman, who is, quote, an eager and talented young mechanic on the Monsters, Inc. facilities team who dreams of working his way up to the factory laugh floor, alongside his idols Mike and Sully, end quote. The show will introduce new monsters and feature returning favorites like John Ratzenberger as Yeti, Jennifer Tilly as Celia May, and Bob Peterson as Rose, twin sister to his original Monsters, Inc. character, Roz. The show plans on picking back up 6 months after the original film.
The HBO Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and Dan Weiss are worried about the show's ending. The series started its 8th and final season on Sunday, and Benioff stated, quote, from the beginning we've talked about how the show would end. A good story isn't a good story if you have a bad ending. Of course, we worry, end quote. Benioff remembers the debates about The Sopranos when the show finished its run in 2007, as well as the debated Breaking Bad finale. He would like to create a discussion with the Game of Thrones finale, yet they are struggling to find a director to help with the vision.
AMC's The Walking Dead announced on April 11th that they are developing another spin-off show. The untitled series is set to debut in 2020 and is starting a production on a 10-episode season this summer in Virginia. The president of programming for AMC Network and Studio, David Madden, stated, quote, "We're thrilled that the dead will keep walking into a new corner of the post-apocalyptic world, a corner that will present stories and characters unlike any The Walking Dead has dramatized thus far, and that is bound to excite one of the most passionate fan bases in television," end quote. This new story from Scott M. Gempel and Matt Negrete, who will serve as showrunner, will feature 2 young female protagonists and focus on the coming of age as well as first generation in the apocalypse.
Yo, so that's pretty messed up. Your coworker didn't even give you a present at all, like this entire semester.
Yeah,
You
I know.
And after one show, he already given out stuff to the new guy.
Yeah.
I think the only thing colder than Brett is the Night King and the winter that he's bringing. Are you excited for the new season of Game of Thrones? What do you think?
I have never watched Game of Thrones before.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's going to be
I've heard-
fantastic.
I've heard really good things about it, but yeah, I've never seen it.
Well, hey, this is TUTV News, and we're signing off for the semester. This is Alexander.
And this is Christina.
All right, guys. So with all the horrible things going on recently, I think we should focus on something positive.
What?
Mike Wazowski and Sully are back, and I'm very happy about that. But I think that our previous story made me start thinking: what if like Mike and Sully were in the Game of Thrones universe? How do you think that would go down?
It would be interesting.
I think they should make that happen.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
I've seen a couple episodes.
I think they could fit Sully in as one of the giants,
Oh.
but I don't know about Mike.
Yeah. Mike would just be, he'd definitely be like a guard of the wall, one of the Knights Guards or whatever you want to call him. I could just see him like,
I don't know where to put him. He's a little too vibrant of a color for such a bleak tone right now.
yeah, that's what they need though. They need that bright green to shine through. I love Mike. He's one of my favorite characters like
We'll
in
make him
cinema.
a dragon.
I think,
We'll make him a dragon.
like everyone, like what if like Sully and Mike come in on like a dragon and like all of the, like the soldiers are like getting fire breathed on them. They start screaming, right? And they have their canisters of Scream. They're like, yes, that's what we need. They go home, power the city for weeks. I'm thinking, okay, I got thoughts up here, believe it or not. And
Maybe you're the future director they were trying to find.
yeah, I'm actually going to be directing the end episode.
Really?
Yeah, the way it's going to end is that one of them is going to invent a gun, and then it's just game over. It's just whoever did that wins. I mean, you know.
Invent the gun.
Yeah, yeah.
Which one?
Who's going to be that invents
Yeah,
the gun?
Spoiler. Give it here now.
It's going to be the dragon.
The dragon invents
He's
the
going
gun.
to pull up. He's going to pull
Mike
up.
Wazowski, the dragon, invents
Oh
the gun.
shoot! Yeah. You don't
heard
want
it
to
first.
get pulled up on in the Game of Thrones universe. It's a bad time, bad time. So once again, folks, this is the end for this year of the studio show. We're gonna be wrapping up for the final time of the year,
Yep.
but we'll be seeing you guys next year, and we'll also be seeing you guys for an out of studio show, wrapping it up. We're gonna have a fun time there. But signing off from the studio for the last time.
For the last time. This year.
Pass it here. Oh. See you later, folks.